Hello, once again, Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. I'm going to do a video today that talks about current events as it relates to Bible prophecy. First of all, I want to say we need to remember the families of those people in Kansas City who were killed yesterday in that terrorist attack in our prayers. That was just another terrible situation and another example of how the human heart and hatred can rear its ugly head, and we need to lift those people up in prayer. But this morning, the White House had a prayer breakfast because it's Holy Week, and President Obama spoke. And when he was referencing what happened yesterday in Kansas City, where a guy shot and killed some Jewish people there, he said, we need to come together and stand united together across faiths to combat ignorance and intolerance. We see what happens when this kind of religious-based violence happens. It has no place in our society. And I couldn't agree more that religious-based violence has no place in our society. But I'm going to come back to that statement in just a minute. He went on to quote John 3:16, that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him would not perish but have everlasting life. That really surprised me that he would actually say that. And he went on to speak about Jesus and the crucifixion and the suffering. And while that's a great message to get out, what he said today and what he does are two different things. While he spoke about the the tragedy in Kansas City, they killed 3 Jewish people, he goes out of his way to appease the Palestinians. He's still allowing Iran to continue their nuclear program when they admittedly want to destroy Israel and wipe them off the map and get rid of all of the Jews. And he blames Netanyahu and Israel for problems with the peace treaty. His loyalties seem much more in line with the Muslims than with Israel or with Christians. So what scares me is when he gives a speech like he gave today, he says just enough of what seems like the right thing, that people think it's, hey, yeah, he cares, and he's a Christian. But I don't really see the fruit of a Christian in what he talks about and what he does and what he believes. And when he says we need to come together across faiths to combat intolerance, that's what concerns me about that speech. You got to look deeper at what he actually said. These terrorist attacks in the name of religion, which are horrible things and horrible attacks, problem is they're going to be used as an excuse to form a one-world religion that the Bible is very clear on, that the false prophet will arise. There will be a one-world religion, and the false prophet will force the whole world to worship the beast, the Antichrist. And what's going to happen here is they're going to say, all these religious battles, all of these terrorist attacks in the name of religion, they need to stop, and we need a one world religion where everybody's in agreement. After all, they're going to say we all worship the same God anyway. So no more intolerance, no more exclusive religions. So John 14:6, where Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. And how at the end of the book of Matthew, when Jesus gave us the Great Commission, and he told us to go into all of the world and preach the gospel, it says, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. And it says, and baptized in the name of the Son, which was Jesus. And the Muslims do not believe that Jesus is the Son of God. We do not worship the same God, and there are not many paths to God. But these terrorist attacks in the name of some sort of religion are going to be used to take away our Christian rights. The world is not going to tolerate a belief system that says there is one path and one way to God, belief in Jesus. Again, just another sign that we're living in the last days. Now, I also want to quote Dr. Ben Carson. Dr. Ben Carson was speaking at the CPAC conference back in March, and here's what he said. He said, let's say somebody was there in the White House and they wanted to destroy this nation. They would create division among the people, encourage a culture of ridicule for basic morality and the principles that made and sustained the country, undermine the financial stability of the country, and weaken and destroy the military. It appears, coincidentally, that those are the very things that are happening right now. That's amazing. He's exactly right. That is exactly what's going on right now. And I've said in previous videos, and I'll continue to say again, that for a one-world government, for the New World Order to truly rise and take over, America can no longer be the superpower that it is. And I've quoted that Henry Kissinger said that they were priming Barack Obama to bring in the New World Order. So Barack Obama has done exactly that. He's weakened our military. He's created division among the people. He's ridiculed our Judeo-Christian beliefs and weakened this nation to the point where it's going to fall. And when it falls, the New World Order can rise. We are absolutely living in the last days. The Antichrist someday will be revealed, and the one world government will be enforced. We see all the signs happening right now. The foundation is there. All that's left is whenever it's God's timing. When God says it's time, it's going to happen. But the preparations are there. All the signs are here. Keep looking up. Stay in the Word. Stay true to your faith, no matter what the cost. Jesus is coming soon. God bless.